Hello everyone, it is I, Reverso, bringing you another episode of How to Get Better at Knights and Dragons. In the last episode I explained what good armors are to start off the game with, and after that episode I have received a lot of requests to talk about how you should actually level up your armors properly. So because of that, the topic of today is how to enhance your armors more efficiently. And most of it is going to be my opinion, but some of the parts of this episode are going to be facts. And I think this is going to be very helpful for at least the beginning player in Knights and Dragons to get an understanding about what is important when you are enhancing equipment in general and what you need to know about enhancements, how elements can help you leveling up armors even better, how much experience armors do actually give you based on the rarity of the armor, and what is the best place to actually farm materials and for crafting armors, and the best way of just getting the maximum out of it. I don't know if that actually makes sense. Another cool and good way to get armors, and last but definitely not least, how to actually enhance armors more efficiently based on my opinion, because a lot of people have different perspectives on that. I'm gonna give you my perspective. If you don't agree with that, I'm sorry for that, but that's just the way I'm experiencing it, and I'm playing Knights and Dragons for a relatively long time, and I think I'm doing pretty well so far. So let's just jump right into it. What do you need to know before enhancing? Well, that's very important, because what you need to know is that enhancing can cost quite a bit of money in the end, and that is the reason why, like, in this my town, I have everything upgraded up to the maximum level. The thing I'm basically busy with all the time in the late game and in the beginning of the game and always in the game is generating money, so that way you can enhance your armors and make them better. That's just the way it works. Allow me to show you guys a perfect example of great differences between leveling them up. Of course, when you start off an armor in the beginning, I'm sorry for the beeping in the background, but that's like a car getting very nuts. Anyway, back on topic. If I have like a level one equipment here, it's not going to cost me a lot of money in order to put in these armors. It's going to only cost me 600 gold. However, the higher the level, you guys probably already know this, the higher the level, the more the money is going to be. Level 21, it's 7.2 thousand. Level 25, it's 10,000 already. If we take level 38, it's 28,000. If we take level 86, it's 120,000 gold. That's a lot of money. What is very important to know is the types of rarities that armors have. It goes from common all the way up to epic, and Nemesis is a little bit special, but it's not too relevant to talk about that. But what you need to know is that it always begins with the same amount of money. It doesn't matter if it's common, it doesn't matter if it's an epic. If it's level 1, it will always cost 150 gold. There will be no changes in that whatsoever, so that's very good to know. So that way you won't have to like take special things into consideration, like, hey, I need to save this for my epic armor because it's going to cost me more there, while in the legendary it's going to cost me less. No, that's not the case. It always costs the same, and it's totally based on the amount of level that you're having on that armor right now. For the sake of this video, I'm only going to be talking about the commons up to the super rares, because those are the ones that we'll be talking about more in depth in this very episode. But that's basically what you need to know, everything about enhancement. It's going to cost you a lot of money later on in the end, and make sure you have your solid base set in your cast. That's the most very important things in how to enhance your armors. Next thing I'm gonna be talking about is how elements are gonna give you more experience when leveling up when you do it right. As you guys can see here, I have a Mystic armor and a Wing Warrior's armor, and we're gonna be enhancing that with one of the other armors. Let's say we're going to take the Lightning Lord's armor. The elements of the Lightning Lord's armor are wind and water, and we have the Wing Warrior's armor, which is a wind type. So first of all, we are going to add the Mystic type armor in here. And we're gonna enhance, and we're gonna see how much experience it's going to give us, and then later on we are going to compare it with the other one. So now we got 8 experience for adding that Mystic armor into the Lightning Lord. So actually let's go ahead and take that same Lightning Lord that we're having here, and we are actually going to add a Winged Warrior's armor this time. Please note it is the same type element, and what you'll be surprised at, if you didn't know, it's going to give you 20% more experience. In this case 25%, because they rounded up. but it's 20% more experience you'll be getting when you combine the same element type of armors together. So that's very interesting to know, because it's going to help you make a decision based on what armor you should actually level up. Let you know that when you combine the same type element of armors together, you're going to get 20% more experience. You probably wonder how much experience armors actually do give you. But allow me to show it to you guys right now. This is all sorted out. There's no changes in this whatsoever. Basic armors give you 5 experience having no match, 6 experience when having a match, and having a match, by that I'm talking about having the same type element. A uncommon, which is the silver star, it's going to give you 8 experience. When it's a match, it's going to give you 10. A 1 star with no match is going to give you 20 experience. With 1 star is going to give you 24 experience. And a 2 star having no match is a 40 experience boost. And having with a match it's 50 experience, and with no match is 40 experience. If by any chance you are considering like enhancing, like adding a 3 star or above, please reconsider doing that. It's usually a very stupid thing to do, because if you fuse to 3 stars you have a chance of getting an epic, and you probably don't want to lose your 3 stars just for the sake of enhancing them into the armor. Sometimes I do it, but I really advise you guys not to do it at all. I'm just doing that for the sake of making the video interesting for you guys. So make sure you do not use the 3 stars to enhance your armors with that. Where is the best place to actually farm materials in order to craft armors? So when you're relatively new to the game, I would really advise you guys to just level up at the relic ruins, but don't do the normal stage, but do the mighty stage, because at the normal stage you probably don't have the chance to do a special hit on the boss, while at the mighty stage you actually do have the chance. So that is where I advise beginners to level up. Now if you're further in the game already and you have several like areas unlocked, the really best place to actually craft or farm materials is the skeleton stomp. And this place is so great. Let me just show you guys right now. The way I'm doing it is epic stage, but when I was like in the lower levels I would always go to the normal stage in order to do this. But I'm just gonna go to the epic stage just to show you guys real quickly. I don't even need my knights here. But what I advise you guys to do is, based on the amount of damage that you're getting, you should be going to a higher spot accordingly. So in this case I'm only getting 2 or 3 damage, and my knights have really a lot of health, so I'll be able to survive in here for quite a long time. But in the beginning you probably won't have a chance here, so you might want to do normal stage. The only difference is in the end that you might have a higher chance in the higher level to get a better crafting material, and I'll be showing you guys that in the end of this, once we actually get to the boss. So here we have Medusa, I just like to call her Medusa, and we are going to do a special attack, and hopefully we are going to get the materials that we need. And there we go, a lot of damage there, 2,600, and we are going to get a lot of things here, but we are also going to get 2 snakeskin leather strips, and these are fantastic. The reason why I'm saying that you should craft here, or I mean not craft, farm here, is because the snakeskin straps, and I'm going to show you guys real quickly when we go to crafting, aren't a golden star, aren't a bronze star, aren't a silver star, but are a golden star crafting material, which is really insane. What do you need to take into consideration? That she also drops stone scale plate mail, so it isn't 100% sure that you are going to get these snakeskin straps. So the reason why I tell you guys to go to this specific spot to craft these snakeskin armors is because at the Flaming Wildwood, at the Cold Rock Crags, and at the Fury Spores, they don't drop materials for a golden star. That only happens at the Rhythm Crusades, but the problem here is that you are probably likely to get a lot of more damage than you are going to get at the Skeleton Stomp. So this is also a great way for leveling, but in the end I really wouldn't advise a lot of people to level up too fast, because the arena is going to get gradually stronger and you might encounter some issues there, but we'll be talking about that in another episode. But Another good way to get some great armors is the arena, and you might be very surprised why, but if you take a look at the rewards, you guys see the win streak rewards. Well, basically if you get like a 3x win streak, you're gonna get a silver star, which gives 8 experience. And when you have 9 wins, which isn't impossible, but I've mentioned it before already a couple of times, but I'll dedicate an entire episode towards the arena, so stay tuned for that. If you have 9 wins, you're going to get a gold star, so that's very good. It might be a gold star, it can be any gold star, so it's definitely worth taking a shot there. But other than that, the real reason why the arena is so good is because of the milestone rewards. I mean, if you just take a look at the bottom of every single reward, you're gonna see that only at 50 you're gonna get some silver stars, but then from 600 to 3600 it is only gold stars, and then after that it's 2 stars combined with 1 stars, which is a great method of actually getting some rewards in the arena. I mean, alone 16,000 you're gonna get like 20 gems, you're going to get like 2 enchanted chest keys, you're going to get 9 2 stars, and you are going to get 5 1 stars. So that is actually a great way to get some armors. I would definitely advise everyone to at least try to get 16,000 points in the arena, because it's just so worth it. I mean, you're missing out on 10 gems if you're not doing that, so that's just a great way altogether. Last way to actually get some good armors is by fusing them together, although this is a little bit expensive. As you guys can see, it costs 25,000 to do so, and it's going to cost you 1 fusion stone. But if you're combining 2 basic stars here, you always will be getting a gold star. I've seen a lot of people doing that just to use their fusion stones. I don't know if it's actually worth it, but it really does save you a lot of time. Sometimes you actually get 2 stars from this, so it might be worth taking your shot there if you have so many fusion stones that you won't be getting rid of them anytime soon. And that kind of brings me to my point where we are going to be talking about how to enhance your armors efficiently, in my opinion. So in the end, it really all comes down to where you are at the game and what kind of a player you are. In my opinion, I am a very active player and I'm pretty late in the game, so I probably have like a different way of enhancing my armors than you guys do. Some of you guys actually just started off the game, but other people are just right in between when they started the game and getting to the more advanced stuff. So I'm going to categorize every single type of person and what they should do, in my opinion, and you might want to fill me in on that. So if you think I'm wrong, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and so that way people actually do know what good ways are, because I'm not saying that I'm always right. What I'm saying is, in my experience, in my opinion, I'm just basically thinking that this is the most efficient way for you guys to do this. So first of all, the beginner category, and the beginner category in my opinion is anyone from level 1 to level 30 who doesn't have a training field yet. If you're an active player, you just started off the game, you're pretty hyped about the game, I would just suggest you guys to make everything a fountain in your castle. Make everything a fountain and have an alarm clock set up for like 5 minutes, so that way you can collect your money and everything, get some expansions rather quickly. But other than that, you can also craft your basic armors very rapidly at the same time, and you can level up your armors at the same time as well. So that might be a nice way for you guys to be doing. I spoke in the last episode until what level you should level up things, and you might hit the point where you only have fountains and where the upgrades are getting too expensive. I understand that, but when you get to that point, I would advise you to actually save some money so you can get a training ground. Now, if you're a more defensive player and you don't really care for being active all the time, you just want to take a break in between times, what you can do is actually like craft or farm at the area, but you can just basically craft these silver stars, and these silver stars have a longer period of time that it takes for crafting. In the beginning, once your armor smith is level 1, it's actually going to take you 30 minutes to do so. And what I advise anyone to do is basically go to the options and just make sure that all the notifications are on. So when you have them on, you will see, like in here, at least for me, you'll be seeing that your crafting will be done. So that's a very nice way for you guys to actually not really be all that active in the game, but still make sure that you get every single crafting done. And you know, that way you also save up some money in order to get more training grounds. The next category of players are actually players who have at least one training ground, who have been playing for a little bit longer. For the active player who wants to level up as soon as they can, I would suggest to just start on farming on the skeleton stumps on normal mode, because then you really won't lose that much health. You will level up relatively quickly, which makes you stronger, but you also get snakeskin armors, and you can just enhance them into your armors, making them a lot more powerful. Also be sure to, from time to time, upgrade your training grounds and make some more training grounds, because overnight you cannot really do anything and you just have to resort back to the guard towers. But other than that, this is a great way to level up fast, and I as well have followed this method, and it has brought me to the point where I'm right now. So I'm very happy with the way it went. But for a more passive player, I would suggest you guys to just stick with the arena, get your rewards in there, like try to be online from time to time to at least spend your energy, so that way you at least get to like 16,000 points, get those gems, get those chest keys, but most importantly get those armors to level up your armors, because that's very important to do. Other than that, you are actually going to save up a lot of money to open up more plots and also to get more training grounds. And in the end, if you have the money, you will actually be capable of having every single thing to a training ground, or a monster's nest if you will. But training grounds are the way to go for me. I at least want to get my 12 hours of sleep, or 8 hours of sleep, but that's the way it goes for me. Anyway, moving on to the next category. This type of category is the category where I personally fall under, and that is the category of the more advanced players, like high-end players who've been playing the game for a relatively long period of time, who have a few legendaries, maybe an epic or two, but are still curious to know what is the best way, in my opinion, to level up your armors. Well, the way I see it is, it really depends on what your focus is. Every single week the new epic boss comes out, and what you've got to take into consideration, if you actually want to make them the plus version, you're probably gonna have to have a few snakeskin armors from the skeleton stumps in order to level them up, because only doing fusion boost wars and the arena just isn't enough in order to maximize your equipment, because you will get to the point where, well, just gonna show you guys real quickly, where you have a raid skill armor, which is only like level 25 blood, the plus version, and a void point shroud, which you don't have the equipment for leveling it up to level 35, and you still cannot craft the plus version. So what you essentially need to do in the end is you actually gotta resort back to skeleton stomp in order to do the epic mode or something like that, in order to get some snakeskin straps, so you'll be capable of crafting those one stars and leveling them up in your armors. What I advise any player to do is actually have all training fields up to level 3, because it will generate a lot of money, and I'm talking a lot of money. What happens is, once you get a lot of money, you'll be capable of donating to your guild, which actually gives you fusion boost armors. And I haven't been talking about fusion boost armors yet, but sometimes you get your hands on some fusion boost armors, and those babies are just nuts. They give 150 experience if it's like not even the same type element. If it's the same type element, it's going to give you 180 experience, and that's a lot of experience. It basically makes sure that if you have like a Blazeborn Vanguard up to level 86, it's a very efficient way to level it up, because truth to be told, if you're just putting a 1 star in here, it really is not going to give a whole lot of experience. You're not going to be happy with that, because it's just very expensive to do so. So what I advise any high-end player to do, when it comes down to high-level equipment above level, let's say level 50, level 60, only level it up with 2 stars, because otherwise the joke will be a little bit too expensive. Other than that, I would advise anyone to use basic armors and silver stars up to level 20-ish, because otherwise it's going to get very expensive. And after that, from level, let's say 20 to level 50, I would suggest you guys to use 1 stars or 2 stars, and above that use 2 stars and only fusion boost armors to level up. So this pretty much covers everything that I had to say about how you should enhance your armors most efficiently in my opinion. Really cover everything I had to say about how you should efficiently level up your armors in my opinion, because you know, everybody has opinions. Some may be right, some may be wrong in other people's opinion. That sounds pretty weird. But if you have anything to add to everything that I've said, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below. I apologize if I left everything out, but the main essence of this whole video is to make sure that people who just started out the game will get the necessary tools and understanding about what enhancing actually is. So with that all being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure, if you guys like this video, to boom, give it a thumbs up. And if it helps you, like if it helps yourself, and if you think it's gonna help your friends and your guild mates or whatever, make sure you share this video with them so they also can get an understanding about what enhancing actually is all about. And other than that, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching. The next video that I'll be uploading about how to get better in Knights and Dragons is going to be about how you should spend your gems most efficiently, because I think that's pretty important as well, because a lot of people make that mistake in the beginning to just, you know, spend your gems on like a chest, and that's what I really would not advise you to do. So if you have gems, save them up for now. I said it before in some other video, but really save them up, and I'll be telling you then pretty soon, this week at least, I'm pretty sure, how you should spend your gems. So with all that being said, I'm gonna round everything off here. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.